Podcasting from Flushing Meadows Park in Queens, New York. This is the Brooklyn Baritone Podcast. Hey everyone. For me, as usual, it's good morning. For you guys in podcast land, I am here in Flushing Meadows Park, as I just said in the intro. And for you guys who can see in YouTube land, I have the world behind me. This is the Unisphere, one of better known landmarks here in Queens. Anyways, let's get straight to it. One of the hot topics here in mid-2020, amid all of this Black Lives Matter stuff and police brutality for a very long time, the biggest question right now in everyone's minds is, should we defund the police? I usually don't get into a lot of major political or hot social issues. I get to the core things of why we get to these problems in the first place. But it's a very, very interesting stance. And from what I understand, it's a very dangerous atmosphere that we're in and a mindset. Because unfortunately, many people want to have a knee-jerk reaction based on their feelings and the climate of what's going on culturally, politically, socially. And the thing is, you can't really afford to get yourself into predicaments based on decisions when you're hot-headed and feeling away. You should never, ever let the sun go down on your wrath or your anger. That's from the book, of course. And I totally understand why people may want to go and defund the police, as after all, it is a public office that's supposed to serve and protect the public. And usually when we have a government or civil servant agency that is not performing to par or at least to satisfactory standards, usually the course of action, if you can't correct it, people just say defund it. That may work for certain things, even though you may end up shooting yourselves in the foot, because whatever said agency doesn't have enough resources, they continually can't do the job they were appointed to do to serve the public. This still goes in play for any police department, sheriff, or any type of law enforcement agency. The real problem is, as I always point out, even in past podcasts, is basically character and humility. You need to have these in place to have proper ethics. When you have these things in play in ethics, majority, hopefully it should be all people, would be able to follow through with these things, and we shouldn't have a problem. Again, I say we shouldn't have the need for police departments, not because I feel that we could just do way better without them, because that we are in a place where we need to be policed. We should be able to police ourselves. We should be able to heal ourselves based on our lifestyles, choices, and the foods we eat, where we wouldn't need hospitals in the manner that we do need. We wouldn't need government in so much of an overcast around us, because we don't know how to govern ourselves properly. Well, these things are necessary because we have many problems, in the past, present, and future with getting things right and getting everyone on the same accord. Now, so one of the downfalls of having free will, there's a downside to having free will. Anyways, back on course with my whole thing of defunding the police. Well, I totally get it. And so many people are just tired of people going into those positions and abusing the authority, which we can plainly see. And I understand both sides of it. So the first side of people thinking to defund police departments, that's not really the answer. You need a major overhaul. You need to audit the whole system totally. I will take the same approach as I've had in places that I've worked before, where I've seen so much wrongdoing and the culture just needed to change. And that's the hardest thing to combat, is the culture, because that's people's mind and free will. And once they've already subjected themselves to that, it's going to be hard, almost impossible to change it. What do? You overhaul the whole system. Most times that'll probably cost a lot of money and time, but it's well spent money and time. The same way how you would spend time and money to cure a garden, to care for a garden. You have to plan things out. You have to buy equipment. You're going to have to buy material. You're going to have to spend time to get the garden to where you need it to be. There's no one's going to do a flashbang approach to get a garden up and running. You know what? I'm going to go to sleep. I'm thinking about doing a garden tomorrow, and I'm going to wake up and boom, I'm going to have tomatoes. I'm going to have apple trees. I'm going to have peach trees. I'm going to have mint leaves and everything. No, you need work. The same way how everything needs work. Our systems, our people, our culture needs work. Overhaul everything. If you have to start from the bottom up, then that's what we got to do. You have to spend the time to fix things properly. There's a lot of bad apples out there. And one of my past podcasts of Manners Matter, I pointed out that the same group of people that are lawless, the same people that are out there committing crimes, the same people that are out there doing credit card scams, the same kind of people that are out there just spitting whatever profane things out of their mouth, it's the same crop of people that are actually coming from the population into law enforcement. So you're going to have to find the proper way to raise people properly. We're probably too far gone, but you know what? You never stop trying, because you never know who you can reach, and that one person who you reach can be that difference. Overhaul the whole system and weed everything out. I understand Donald Trump said drain the swamp, but I really mean literally drain the swamp and get all the crap out, and then start from the ground up to put upstanding citizens and proper protocol and processes and ordinances in place to make sure that these guys who are trusting with their lives and safety are doing the right thing. So I really don't think that defunding is the way to go. Now, on the other side of the coin, many people would argue, say, well, you guys don't like the cops and don't call them if you need them. And then we have, a lot of police officers who are actually walking out on a job or refusing to do their job. That really is illegal. You took an oath to uphold a certain service and certain trust that the public gave you. You need to uphold that. If you don't want to do that because of your feelings, then you're in the wrong job. Get out and go be a landscaper, go be a chef. Don't be a police officer. Don't be in law enforcement if you know you can't stand up to the heat when you know things are wrong and not where they should be. Get your feelings out of it and stop being prideful. Now, for people, again, who state that don't call the cops, well, that's their job. That is the expectations that we have. I could totally understand why people may feel a way, well, don't call us. No, but you're here for a reason. Our tax dollars are going to you. Our public trust has been put into you for a reason. At the same time, people have to behave themselves. This is not a cue to get into police officers' faces. This is not the time to go and do what you want to do, because now, if you provoke a police officer now and he reacts justifiably, whether it be brute force, by arrest, or whatever the case is, if you put yourself in that position, those are the consequences of your action. And there are a lot of people now, unfortunately, who are using the whole Black Lives Matter stance and the whole defund the police stance to do what they want to do. You can't do what you want to do because you don't like one group. You don't lower yourself to what that group is doing that you're complaining about and then do that same thing. So a police officer, before they put on that uniform, is a person, a human being just like you are. So they have the same rights. If you get in their face or come at them in a very aggressive manner, they have a right to defend themselves. Well, that's all I have for now. I just want to spit that out there for a real quick one. You could always come to my website and check out my content at www.brooklynbaritone.com. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, Brooklyn Baritone. I am also found on LinkedIn under Corey Ashley. You can also find my content on the Google Play Store and the Apple iTunes Play Store. Make sure you guys be safe out there, walk good, be blessed, to love you all. Want to make sure that you guys at least have the proper things in your mind to think about to keep everyone safe. Anyways, I'm out of here. I'm going to enjoy this day over here in this beautiful park. Walk good. You will hear from me next week.